are working with operational people and so on. And you should not think of this as a way to do some of your own work. You should think of this as a vacation from your own work and something where you're doing something different, and you will go home learning hopefully something useful, but something different too. So we also don't want you to think about working on your own model or the model you're working at home. You're working back at your own institution, but we're going to suggest actually the idea coming up is to have perhaps use a certain small set of models across all of the different groups and be able to have a comparison at the end. Right? So we want to think also as how we're going to fill this part of the board up with is about what models to look at. So get out of your mind the idea that you're going to be working with your person you came here with from your lab, and you're going to be working on the problem that you're working on back at your lab, right? So think about it as doing something new and learning something new. And for a week, and then after that you can go back to your other thing, hopefully refreshed with some new ideas. Is that so you may think that this is different from what you told us. Well, it is. But we tried to honor your request as much as we possibly could with the constraint that we were going to split people up.
And with the constraint that we need roughly equal number of people.
Yeah, and we wanted roughly equal numbers of people in each thing, right? So this is particle filtering, which will be Elaine, right? And then gradient descent, which Emma will run, and there'll be a tutorial this afternoon that Emma will do on that. And then Ravi will run the variational methods, and the ENKF with Amit, and then the color filtering, and maybe a bit of nudging with Vasu. Okay, so I don't know, do you want to lead the discussion on models, or do you want me to? Or I can write down. I'll be the scribe, and you lead the discussion.
So I guess is everybody okay with the idea that we will have maybe 2 or 3 different models that we can suggest, on which all the groups can work? Not necessarily all 3 for all the groups. You could choose them, for example. If you're ambitious, you can try with all 3 or 4 different models, the method that's being suggested. So does that sound okay? Yes, a few yeses, 3 yes, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, okay, good, fine.
30.
Okay, so then what models? Okay, so Lawrence, are all of you at least familiar with the words associated to Lawrence 63 model, right? Chaos, butterfly, I mean, you have seen the pictures. Okay, so
that's kind of like the basic problem that you try these kinds of techniques on, because we sort of know it's chaotic, but it's also was originally derived in reference to weather and convection more explicitly. So Lorentz 63 is certainly one that should go in there.
Okay, what else? So the map that Lenny was suggesting in the morning, Aikido map, that's a not very difficult one to work with. In particular, to write scripts for it is extremely easy because it's 2 lines. And that's it. That's the map, right?
It's a map of a plane that comes from nonlinear optics. It doesn't come from anything to do with weather, but
it's chaotic. And so that could be one more one. I guess Aikido. I don't think anybody here has worked with Aikido map as such. Have you? No. So okay, a new attractor. So Aikido map maybe. You already have it? Okay. What else?
We include Lorentz 96 as ramping up.
Lorentz 96, which is n-dimensional, typically n equal to 40, but it could be n equal to anything you want.
These are dates, right? This is paper published in 1963, a paper published in 1996.
Isn't it a talk given in 96 or something? But anyway. Yeah.
Talk and then something.
Lorentz 5 equation model. Right? There is a Lorentz low manifold kind of model, but that's more difficult to deal with.
Right. So I guess then beyond that, maybe you should look at QG or shallow water, or what do you think? What do you think? Ravi, do you want to jump in there? What would be, I mean, the next level of a sort of, yeah, a barotropic model? Right, so basically a 2D
barotropic model.
Well, barotropic and 2D mean sort of the same thing, right?
I guess, yeah, actually, yeah, so, yeah.
So this would be a sort of barotropic in a rectangle or something, or? Periodic domain with sort of wind forcing or something.
Oh, so there are standard analytical solutions of this. Ah, okay.
You like a barotropic jet, for instance, or a yeah, that kind of thing. I assume that's what he means, but. Do you guys want to throw in other ideas, or?
Does the barotropic model have a ODE expansion that is going to do? So this is nonlinear, right? But is there a small mode, low mode, so smaller? Oh, with n equal to 4. Because
How about that point vortex? Do you think we should do that, or what do you think? Is that accessible enough, or?
Emma is looking worried.
I think people spend a lot of energy on these basic. So the dimensions.
Three of them are a lot.
Dimensions here are 3, 2. Usually taken to be 40, and then this is, n, where n is as big as you want, basically.
He also suggested that n could be 4 with an exact
Right.
Fourier, spectral, yes, yeah, particular.
Truncated to 4 modes, yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
so 4 mode truncation of barotropic.
Right. You know, the emphasis here is on understanding and learning the techniques of data assimilation, right? And so that's kind of part of the point of this. And there's, how did Varahan put it this morning? You said, Varahan, how did you say it this morning about listening and seeing and then doing? And
Want me to repeat it? I heard that twice.
yeah, say it again.
Well, this refrain started goes like, hey, this is the last time, guys, right now. You hear, you forget.
Yeah.
You read, you know. You do, you
You read, you forget, you hear, you know, you do, you understand. No, wait a minute, what was that? Sorry.
You hear, you forget.
You hear, you forget.
The proof.
You hear, you forget.
You know.
Yeah, you read, you know. Didn't I say that? You do, you understand. Okay. So that's the thing. This is the doing, right?
So I think that is a lot of
There is a lot of this for sure.
Yeah, you did a lot of that.
You were supposed to be doing a lot of this, I don't know
Right.
if you did or not.
Right.
And then now you
Okay, great. So the idea then is to, sort of pick out of these, and then you can, and as long as you pick out of this group, then, maybe Ravi needs to help some of the other groups with exactly what the barotropic jet equations are. Yeah, so these I think everyone has a hold of from the note, so, and, And then at the end, you'll have a set of experiments that you can compare. And you could even talk between each other, about parameter value settings that you're looking at, and talk, have discussions between the groups. There's a prize.
One group generates the data, and the other group gets the forecast.
Oh, the book. The book.
Actually, so the winners get a free copy of my book, and all the losers have to buy. I'll give them a free copy with the condition that they will ask their institution to buy it. $180 in Indian currency is way too much for this book.
Okay, are there any questions or any sort of complaints, or anyone really upset about what they have to do?
Is there anybody missing?
Is everybody here?
Apart from you, apart from one person I know, anybody in the room who is not on the board?
Anybody not in the board?
Anybody who has not lectured yet. Well, okay.
Anybody
Who is not in the organizing committee, who has not lectured and is in the room but not on the board. Okay, so I think that.
Suman. Yeah, but we thought you had.
But I thought you didn't want to.
Right, we thought you didn't want to, or you had too much to do anyway. You're welcome.
Who's not a cameraman?
If you want. So the idea is that the idea now is to split up into your groups and meet with your leader in each of these different places. So group 1, Elaine's group, will meet in the area outside here.
Next to coffee.
2, Emma's group will meet in the canteen. Is that okay?
Where at 3 o'clock there is also coffee. You have to buy it.
The canteen, where you eat, the cafe, right? Oh, well, we chose that for you because we thought it was obvious where it was. But you haven't eaten here yet, that's the problem. Okay, and then Ravi's group is the biggest, so we thought you'd stay in here. And then the first floor discussion room, you can follow Amit. And then Vasu's group in the first floor classroom. But maybe you have to go to a meeting, I don't know what you want to do.
We'll meet after the tutorials.
This afternoon, yeah. So Vasu has to go to a meeting.
He has to run, so.
Has to go to a faculty meeting. We tried to give him the excuse to get out of it, but he said he wasn't biting. So I guess you will meet a little bit later. You can still meet and talk. Yeah. You can still meet and talk.
You can meet and talk.
The classroom. Does everyone know where that is? There's someone in that group who knows where that is. I mean, if you get ahead, then you could just.
I could tell them that it is.
Yeah. Okay. All right. And then what time? Let's see. What time will the tutorial be? Tutorial will be at 3:30 or? I don't know. What are you thinking? 3 to 5? You think 3 is?
So I was thinking of 3 to 5:30 with a break in between.
3 to 5:30 with a break in the middle.
Yes.
Do you think that's enough time? 35 minutes? No.
I think so, right? For discussion, sir, I think so. Okay. Oh, actually, one more thing we should mention, right? By Friday.
We should have something. Something would be
So you will have discussions today, each of the group, and you will then have 3 days in which you are doing nothing except this, right? Maybe reading the transparencies in the conference. So on Friday evening, we should have a proper statement of the problem. What is it that you are planning? For example, what techniques these techniques are, as you saw, there's a whole lot of variations on it, right? Very broad. Yeah, so you should have a plan which you can execute in 1 week.
An executable plan.
Yeah, executable 1 week plan.
So you know exactly what you're doing over the weekend.
Yep. And if you're not planning to be here for a day of the weekend or something, then include that in your plan, your absence.
Well, you're not allowed to be absent. But what about, but wait a minute, when you say Friday evening, shouldn't it be Friday, it should be, I mean, we'll tell you at the conference where and when it's going to be, but it'll probably be in the place where the conference is, right? Sort of after the end of the conference, and like maybe after lunch on Friday or something. Do we have lunches as part of the, do we have lunches as part of the conference? Or, so it'll probably be right after lunch on Friday, right? And we'll all gather somewhere.
And should we ask them to prepare a short?
Two-slide presentation.
Yeah, you should prepare, each group should prepare a two-slide presentation and then be prepared to share it with everybody. Maybe we can reserve a room in the building. The same place. So we'll meet after lunch on Friday in the same place where the conference is, and each of the groups will present to everybody else what that plan is and what they're going to do. Okay? All right.
About 35 minutes or so, 35, 40. That's not enough? Okay. I thought they will also be together during the whole conference anyway, with us. I mean, all of us are going to be around, so... Okay, so, well, I think it's enough. He doesn't think it's enough. And so...
Compromise at 3:15. Okay? So the tutorial will start at 3:15.